Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to the semi-finals between TaeJa and Bomber for the WCS Season 2 final tournament. And yeah, I mean, this is, I gotta say, this is a little bit unexpected. Maybe a little bit unexpected, I suppose. I've been casting so much of TaeJa, and to see him 0-2 in the semi-finals so far has been, yeah, I don't know. It's been, I guess Bomber is just awesome, and I just never realised it before because I've never really cast his games before. And TaeJa is like, oh wow, TaeJa is awesome. Bomber's like, oh, he's just a new guy. I don't know how awesome he could be. But taken 2-0 over TaeJa, he's been very, very impressive so far. And TaeJa so far, he's been trying. He's really been trying. The second game, he really made some very, very nice plays, but just in the end could not do it. And in this best of 5, this could be our last game for the semi-finals. It could be Bomber versus xhaidong in the grand final, and I would be excited to see that because Bomber has definitely solidified his place as an awesome Terran player. And we saw some awesome play against Scarlet in the quarterfinals from him. So seeing him off against xhaidong would be very, very exciting. But at the same time, I just cannot count out TaeJa yet because he's just such a vibrant and dynamic player, and he's done so many crazy things that we've seen in previous casts and previous tournaments. There's such good plays that we cannot count him out of this tournament so far. So whether or not he wins the next 3 games in a row, I honestly, I'll be a bit dubious of, because with Bomber's evident strength so far in the previous 2 games, I don't think there's very much chance that TaeJa is honestly going to win this series. Just from a statistic, just from how things have been going so far, I don't think it's probably going to happen. But then again, I don't know, man. I thought it was going to be. If you asked me at the start of game 1, I would have said Bomber going 2-0 and beating TaeJa 2-0 was not going to happen either. I would have said, it's not going to happen. I mean, but there we go. It's happened. So just really nice job from both players, and it's the fact is it's down to TaeJa right now. It is TaeJa's game to win or lose, and I don't know. I mean that's maybe it's TaeJa's game. Maybe Bomber is just a better player. It's just straight up a better player. And we will find out, because if TaeJa plays his heart out here, does the best game he can, and loses 0-3, then I think we can safely say that right here, right now, Bomber is the better player. But as to what happens, I do not know. We do know that TaeJa does have tricks up his sleeve, and it looks like he's going for one of them right now. This is going to be a very, very fast starport here. So basically they've swapped around. We've got the fast starport going down, and we're actually going to do a bit of a scan here. Oh, the scouting barracks does see the fast starport. Very, very nice play from Bomber right there to see this coming down extremely fast. He's got his fast command center, but he's going to be getting out of starport very, very nicely. So that was a brilliant play right there. That was a brilliant play. He might even see the starport going down on the tech lab and saving the barracks as well. This is going to be like, I don't know when it starts to turn red, but it's got to be close. So brilliant play there by Bomber, seeing that starport coming out nice and early. So he knows what's going to be coming out. Would not be surprised to see him getting some missile turrets fairly soon. He does not have an NG base, so maybe not some missile turrets, but he's got his own starport off, and there goes the NG base. So presumably he knows his timings, and these Marines are actually really pissed off. They really want to kill this guy. And there's actually a Widow Mine over there. It's right in the middle. This guy is waiting for the Banshee. They're waiting for the Banshee right there to come across. And my god, is he actually? I think the Banshee is in a collision course. And, oh, no, the Banshee's just going to turn off here. He's just going to go over to the watchtower instead. Just a little bit of a jitter there. I don't know if that's because he knew there was a thingamabob there. I mean, if we have a look here,
is under attack.
You can sort of see that, but it's kind of like whatever. Where's the cloak? Get that cloak. There we go. And suddenly, a Xayah scan comes down and the Banshee goes down the rest of the way. So that's beautiful. I think TaeJa must have seen this, because yeah, we have a look here. You see this little area there? That has got to be telling him something. Oh, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe he didn't see that, but he definitely knows it's there now. So maybe that was false, because obviously if he did know that it was there and he purposely moved around it, he wouldn't have flown the second Banshee over it. So obviously that was just a bit of luck avoiding it the first time, but the second time did not happen. Bomber is showing TaeJa how to deal with the Banshee harass, man, and that is get some early Vikings out. And alright, granted TaeJa did that last time, but he didn't quite make it work as well as Bomber did. He really did. If we have a look at the units lost, and he killed 4 workers, and that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. But I suppose compared to game, you can't really compare it to game 1 though, because both players are really on the page as far as killing Banshees are concerned. You've got a nice missile turret placement here. This guy is probably a little bit exposed over there, but you can have Marines coming out there killing that guy very easily. So that's not... Oh my god. Widow Mine. Oh, so many Widow Mines. Is this the same Widow Mine? I think it might be. I think it might be the same Widow Mine. Wow, just the Widow Mines versus the Banshees. Such an awesome play. Such an innovative play from Bomber there. And it's really just been working an absolute treat. I can't remember. Did TaeJa try that last time? I think he did actually. I think he tried the Widow Mine himself last time. So maybe he was the one who innovated it the previous game, and then Bomber sort of taking it off him and deciding, all right, that's probably a pretty good idea. So yeah, look at this, sending this guy out. Oh, he's just gonna scan over here, take out the Widow Mine. Great job. He's going to be a bit worried about the other one if he knows it exists, but he is going to be moving out there. 2 tanks coming out. Not a whole lot of Marines out in this force. So, yeah, I mean, TaeJa has a lot of Triple M. He doesn't really have that many tanks, just 1 tank. But with the Marauders in here, I think you could very easily push in. And Bomber has been going for so much of this air defense, air attack. Mech, I think he is actually going for pure mech this game. He's going to be sniping in the tank, sniping out the bunker, and this is going to be pretty good. There's not too many Marauders though, but a lot of stims actually going down for TaeJa, and this could work to his disadvantage, but he's going to heal himself up with the medevacs, and that is going to be pretty awesome. And he's got a tank down there as well. That's going to be beautiful. Oh, the Hellions getting attacked a little bit, but not really worth attacking them. And I think he took this base. No, I think he did snipe this base, but there's another one coming out anyway, so that should be fine. These guys, oh, they got hit by the Widow Mine, and I think the tank got hit by the Widow Mine as well. That is not good. Almost enough for this force to be pushing back. He's got some tanks on the high ground over there. Got him in a nice placement, and the Hellions coming in, starting to hit some stuff, and TaeJa is going to have to push back off that. He's starting to get a nice amount of Triple M, but Bomber's mech play is really starting to kick into high gear now, and with 4-5 tanks on the field and more going to be coming out, he's going to be in a pretty good place. Now he's behind a little bit economically. He's just in terms of bases though, in terms of workers he's still fine. In terms of bases, not so much. And the thing is, TaeJa has already got level 1 weapons and armor out. And how many barracks has he got? Quite a few. So he's semi-committed to this whole Triple M sort of thing. And Triple M versus mech, I'm not sure how well it would work. I would probably... I don't know. I mean, when you start chucking Hellbats in there, I'd say I'd probably have to favour the mech versus the Triple M, because just siege tanks are so good. They're just so good. And Bomber will always have the advantage on siege tanks because he'll have more factories and he'll have better upgrades on his siege tanks. But here we go, trying to do a push in here, just leaving one Marine behind. The rest going to pull out to a safe position. Going to try and get in here. Not too bad, but this Hellion defense protecting the tanks is going to be really, really awesome. And Hellions, I mean, you don't really understand how good the Hellions can be until you start seeing them going up against Triple M. They're actually quite good against Triple M. They really, really are. Not so much against Marauders, but they're so cheap and they do such a good job, and they're fast. They're really, really fast, so they can just harass just Triple M all over the place. Just duck in there, hit them a little bit, duck out again, and with the combination of tanks, they're doing such a good job here. And TaeJa is looking like he's like he's getting very, very close to getting taken out 3-0 here. He's got a very decent amount of Vikings here. And all that Bomber really has is these Vikings to really take care of it. So, this is just bad. This is so bad right now. The Hellions coming in here, just ripping TaeJa apart. I think this is going to be very, very, very bad. But it already is very bad for TaeJa, man. He's got a nice flank coming in with these groups to try and make it work. The tanks all coming down. And just a slight repositioning, but TaeJa is going to use it to move in there. He's coming in from all sides, doing an excellent job, taking out all the tanks, losing a relatively small amount of Triple M himself. And now he can go on the attack, and he really needs to, because that was a lot of damage he took. He managed to save this command center. He lost quite a lot of workers, but not actually a stupidly large amount of workers. I don't think he had too many there. Probably scared a lot of them away, so he's not in as dire straits as I thought he might have been. And his upgrades are looking pretty good as well. He's got 2-1 versus Bomber's only got 1-0 actually, so that's not going to be good as well. Starting to get some Banshees on the field, and this is not good because right now air superiority belongs to TaeJa. The Vikings are going to try and change this around, and with the Thor coming out, this is going to be a very, very good way to start. But the Banshees back here have taken out all of the tanks. That is right, all of the tanks. And yeah, Bomber, he's coming back in a really good way, getting the air superiority, just snatching it away from TaeJa. But all those tanks going down, it's just so bad. This is not the units that they have. This is the units that they've lost. That is 15 tanks right there. And remember, tanks do not cost a small amount of gas. They cost a large amount of gas. And that is a lot of them that have lost. And I mean, 49 Marines, it's not that much. It's not that much in comparison to all those tanks when you compare these Hellion counts as well. So if you have a look at the units lost, actually he's still got more. He's still lost more resources, but I would bet that is going to be a lot more minerals lost by TaeJa and a lot more gas lost by Bomber. So there we go, bunch of Hellions coming in here, and a bunch of Marauders, but and all the tanks coming in. TaeJa out here with his forces, not in a good position to defend this. This is what I'm talking about. Bomber with the pressure play. I don't even have any idea how he's got his forces over there so fast. He must have just sprinted the whole lot of them. And TaeJa right now is he's even got workers over there to try and fix up his Hellions. TaeJa meanwhile pushing in here, pretty much unmolested. He's got a couple of tanks sending him off, so that's going to be bad. But my God, I've got to look at this, and all I can say is, wow. Just wow, Bomber, you are just owning all over the place. Really, really doing a great job. And taking out so much stuff with these guys. They're going to try and do something here. Try and make it happen. And they're not going to be able to do this. Not going to be able to do this. And meanwhile, TaeJa has lost this base. He's lost this base. I think he managed to save. No, he did. This isn't a save. This is a planetary, which Bomber's going to have a little bit more trouble taking out. But you got to remember, siege tanks just wow. They got so much range, and the only thing that can possibly save TaeJa at this point is the fact that Bomber has still not got an expansion. like in like a third base. This just has not happened. And Bomber seems to like to go off 2 bases for the longest time in these games. I think when he won the game number 2, he was still on 2 bases. But TaeJa has managed somehow to survive this far. And his income... His income is actually pretty shithouse at the moment. He's lost so many workers, but looks like Bomber actually lost quite a lot of workers in that engagement as well. And here we go, the double flank from TaeJa, somehow managing to get out the superior number of these guys, of these military forces. And Bomber, I mean, if he had 3 bases right now, he could really start to make something happen, but he does not. He's only mining off 1 base at the moment. TaeJa only mining off 1 base at the moment, but TaeJa managing to get out the superior force and just doing a really great job. I cannot actually say how TaeJa managed to pull this off because it almost seems like a Christmas miracle right here. I thought he was pretty much dead. He was, I mean, the second and the third both getting wiped out. I thought that was pretty much it, but yeah, just TaeJa somehow managing to pull together the superior force, and Bomber is not giving up. It's now Bomber's turn to go for a very decent amount of forces, and he's going to try something. He's keeping TaeJa, trying to keep him on a defensive mindset. He has lost 1 of those Hellions, and the rest are going to go down when these forces get back here. And I don't know, man. I mean, I really think that you got to be able to split up your forces to some degree. He's sending a lot of these guys out when really just a couple of Marauders would do it. And I'm pretty sure he wanted to keep the pressure back, but I think he took both of those out. Yeah, look at that Hellbat, man. The Hellion, he got taken out there, back there. Did that transformation thing ever happen where you can transform Hellbats to Hellions? I think that may have got taken out. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But there we go. Vikings coming in, looking for a bit of a snipe. There's still only 1 Thor on the battlefield. I'm pretty sure this has been the same Thor since he first built the bloody Thor. But here we go. These Vikings just providing vision for the most part here for the siege tanks of TaeJa, but they're a bit out of range now. And he's actually got a very decent amount of Marauders now, and they're doing a very good job at surviving the Hellbat damage, surviving the tank damage, and really taking out this mech. So a lot of Hellbats for TaeJa, and I think that is what has really helped him out in the last 5 minutes of this game. Just massive amount of Marauders, just hitting back, hitting nice and hard, and really taking out the mech army of Bomber. So we have seen TaeJa inch his way, basically scrambling with his fingernails to get back into this tournament, and he has managed to do some of it. He's managed to get somewhere in this tournament. He is now 1-2. He's still going to win 2 games in a row to win this entire thing, but I said at the start of this game I didn't want to count TaeJa out, and we obviously can't, because he has come back against a beautiful mech play from Bomber and done a beautiful job. And I really don't think Banshees are going to work anymore for Bomber, and we've seen that TaeJa is managing to beat his mech play. I mean, it was a bit tight, but he managed to do it. So Bomber's going to have to start putting on the pressure really hard, and we will see what happens in game number 4. This tournament is definitely going to be awesome. So thank you very much for watching. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.